Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about transitions, specifically 3 moves that you can transition into from one of my very favorite aerial hoop moves, the Gazelle. The Gazelle is a gorgeous move that is always a crowd pleaser anytime you include it in choreography, but it's also extremely useful because you can use it to transition into a lot of different options. I'll show you how to smoothly and simply transition from the Gazelle into each of these moves. Simple is the key here. The more simple your transitions are, the more beautiful and easy they're going to look in the air. We're going to start with your Gazelle into your back balance, followed by Gazelle into hip hang, and finishing up with a Gazelle drop into your double knee hang Hawks position. But before we get to any of that, I'll just take a moment to ask you guys to please subscribe to my channel. It is extremely helpful to me, and it's also great for you guys because it makes sure that you won't miss any aerial videos or tutorials that I put out. And I would be extremely grateful as it helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So don't forget to subscribe. Okay, let's dive into tutorial time. I'm not going to do pro tips this week because we're just going to go straight through all of these moves. If you're looking for pro tips or advice on your Gazelle, because there can be some very tricky moments when you're first learning your Gazelle, then please check out my Gazelle tutorial. It's already on my channel. It's linked in the description of this video and at the top of your screen right now. But just a reminder, before you start your Gazelle, you're going to want to turn as far to the side as possible. Keep the hoop close to your body. Think about putting it in your armpit. And make sure that you have nice straight legs and pointed feet. That's going to elongate your leg line the whole time you're in your Gazelle. Okay, so our first transition is going to be from your Gazelle into your back balance. From my Gazelle, I'm going to let go with the same arm as my back leg. I'm in a right leg split here, so I've got my left leg in the back and I'm going to let go with my left arm. I reach around and grab the bottom of the hoop between my hip and my thigh with my palm facing forward. Next, I'm going to let go with that front arm and grab the side of the hoop, again with my palm facing forward, just above my front leg. Now I can pull with that back arm, pulling my hips more onto the bottom of the hoop and swinging my legs behind me, coming into a right angle with the hoop, and I'm in my back balance. The trickiest part of this is to get your back hip onto the bottom of the hoop. In your Gazelle, your back hip is going to be slightly more in front of the hoop, and when you place that arm behind you, you're going to need to pull up a lot with that arm to get your hip up, over, and onto the bottom bar of the hoop with the hoop near your tailbone. Next up, we're going to do Gazelle into hip hang or hip hang split. The key to your hip hang split here, if that's the version you're doing, is to pull down on your front leg, especially during the transition, but also once you're in the full position. From your Gazelle, you're going to start by pulling down your front leg with the same arm as leg. I'm in a right split, so my right leg's in front, and I'm using my right arm to pull down. And I'm holding the hoop just above my front leg with my opposite hand. I'm going to use my arm pulling down on my front leg and also my hand on the hoop to control my body as I take my back leg out of the hoop. You can see how I'm pulling my leg lower than the bottom of the hoop here. And I'm going to naturally come into my hip hang as soon as that back leg comes out. From there, you can open up that back leg into a full hip hang split. Remember to try to have your torso facing to the side in your hip hang split, and also to push your back leg back towards the direction that you are spinning. That's going to make it look more like a split. You can also stay in just a normal hip hang. You don't have to do a crazy bendy split here. You could just keep hold of your front leg and then let it go, coming into like a triangular hip hang. And when you're ready, you can slide out of your hip hang, putting both hands on the side of the hoop and coming into your Delilah. This is a really easy and simple way to transition from Gazelle into your hip hang, and I love the simplicity of it. It makes this whole thing look beautiful and easy and just simple. Simple is really key to so many transitions. One quick word of warning, make sure that your back foot doesn't do trapeze foot or sickle or do anything else weird. You want a pointed foot in line with your leg, and that will elongate the line of your leg and make the whole thing look even more smooth and graceful. I recently did a video specifically as a tutorial for the Gazelle drop, so if you're looking for more pro tips and details about this one, please check out that video, but I will get into it a little bit here. From your Gazelle, you're going to reach back with the same arm as leg and grab the top of your back foot. You can see I'm adjusting my grip a little bit here to make sure that I'm holding the outside of my back foot. That is important. From here, I can let go with my hand that is on my front leg. I bend both knees and I drop down into my knee hang hawk's position. It's important to engage your leg muscles as you are doing this move because that's going to help you avoid knee injuries. It's also important to warm up and don't do it 20 times in one day. Just give your body a break after a few. It's easy to overdo this one. You also want to make sure that you are giving yourself the correct grip on your back foot. That makes a big difference if you're holding from the outside of your foot. Okay, let's review all of those transitions one more time in real time so you can see how they work in the real world. First up is your Gazelle into your back balance. Remember, the most important part of this is to lift that hip up onto the bottom of the hoop. Also, use your abs muscles to help hold yourself in this back balance position. That's going to make it a lot easier to stay balanced, as well as helping to protect your back from injury. For our next transition, which is the Gazelle into the hip hang, I'm going to remind you guys to use your hand on the hoop to control the movement of the hoop. Pulling down that front leg and controlling the movement of the hoop with the other hand are going to make all of the difference in this move. Also, don't forget to elongate the line of those legs, pointed feet, straight knees. And lastly, our Gazelle drop. I know this one can be a little bit scary when you first start training it. Just make sure that you have enough space underneath the hoop before you drop down head first. And also keep that hand on the back foot. That's what's going to keep you safe, but also don't pull too hard. And just before I go, I just wanted to take a minute to say a face-to-face thank you to all of you guys who follow this channel, because it really means so much to me that when I see you guys and you comment on here, or you do an Instagram post and tag me with something that you've learned from this channel, or I've just started doing TikTok again, and that's starting to happen on TikTok as well. And it just means a lot to me when I see that you guys are putting this all to use and enjoying my videos, because it can be a little bit like sending videos into the void, but when I see feedback from you guys, it really feels like a community of people, and that's really special for me. So thank you very much for that. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like videos, and I will see you guys next time.